Okay, this is Venkat. Uh, I hope you can hear me. Okay, these are some of the biscuits I've kept to feed the dogs. Having said that, I've been doing health and term insurance consulting for the past 5 years, and in this 5 years experience, I had numerous various experiences. I'll share one of those experiences which really uh, lives in my heart forever. For example, this was a doctor. He is healthy, his wife is healthy. He was in his 40s, and he called me to take help from his family. So his younger daughter, okay, because we have privacy, we don't want to say everything. His younger daughter was not well. She had health issues, um, some cardiac issues when she was 2 years old. So that is when um, he started asking me, I need health insurance for my daughter. And she had cardiac issues when she was 2 years old. And when she's 3 or 4 years old, he is calling me. Okay. So I told him, I don't think you get a product for your daughter, and we will try our best. And we approached, I don't want to name all these health insurance companies. We approached a couple of health insurance companies, but they denied the product. Okay. For example, the heart as a whole, I don't know the medical term for that. And he told me, okay, buy health insurance for me, wife, and my elder daughter. And let us try our best to get a product next year during renewal. And during renewal, again we tried to add this elder daughter who had a heart issue, but she's healthy. She just started to go to school, this little girl. And we were not able to get. I told him, this is how it works in this country. You cannot buy a health insurance product for your daughter at all. And I told him there is a product in a health insurance company, and they were with lots of sublimits, lots of copay, and any kind of heart related issue will be a permanent exclusion. Any kind of heart related issue will be a permanent exclusion. That's what I told him. And he agreed to it. And I think even in that company, we were not able to buy. That is a pain about it. Even in that company, we were not able to buy. And I realized, okay, I told him, you cannot buy health insurance for your daughter. This company also is denying a product. Then no, I don't think anyone else will issue. At this point, he was very much worried. Uh, told me, Venkat, I feel very bad about it, and I wanted to ensure that my younger daughter is also covered. And I told him, no, I'm sorry about it. We cannot buy a product. But he was very kind. He understood the problem we are facing, and he asked me about one thing. Okay, this is with disclaimer. I'm telling this to you. There is a rule in by IRDAI saying that if there is a health setback, major health setback or something like that, minor or major, once you buy a product to someone, a policy holder, and after you pay the sixth premium, 5 full years is over, then the health insurance company is supposed to issue the claim even though you did not declare the PED. He asked me like that, shall I buy a product online after 5 years? What if I'm going to have no, this little daughter is going to have a surgery, and will I get a claim? I told him, see, moratorium, all those clauses are there, but remember, a health insurance company will surely deny the claim for sure. And it is your own efforts, again, through the ombudsman or the consumer court, you have to uh, get the claim, because Probably sometimes when you say that you did not tell the PED without your knowledge because you are ignorant about that. At that time, it might work. But purposely, if you are buying a health insurance product, knowing that your daughter cannot health insurance product, and after paying the six premium, the full 5 years is over. If you are buying, I don't think it is going to work out. And I told him, I don't see this as a business anymore, so I don't want to do it. So that is what I told him. But I could see the voice of a father here. He was very innocent and kind, and he was telling me, Venkat, I feel very, very sad that my younger daughter cannot buy a health insurance. Like this, I've spoken to, I cannot exaggerate, my market is small, very small. I've spoken to at least at least 2, 3 people every month, we can say like that. Sometimes it will be parent who cannot buy a health insurance. I stopped worrying when a parent cannot buy a health insurance due to major health setback or due to any kind of autoimmune diseases. But let's say a son or daughter cannot get, yeah, adult son or adult daughter. Let's say you are in your 20s and 30s, your kidney creatine level is high, you may not be able to get a health insurance product. Sometimes a term insurance product will be denied because of overweight when someone is obese. Sometimes for diabetes and BP, you can easily get a term insurance product, but sometimes if it is too high, you may not be able to get. So that is when I realized, okay, we have to create awareness, and creating awareness will help everyone to buy a health insurance or term insurance product when they are healthy, or at least when they have when they have the first incident, which is like someone is getting BP, immediately buy health insurance or term insurance, because there is only one issue. Someone is getting diabetes and it is HbA1c is within 8 or something like that. At that time itself, buy a health insurance or term insurance if you are eligible for term insurance. Of course, you are always eligible for health insurance as long as you are going to pay the premium. Beyond that, when people are delaying that due to, people are not purposely delaying. One of the reason is all these products are very, very expensive. Everyone has other expenses in their life, to manage their family, to run their family, to feed their family. But beyond that, these stories really are etched in my heart, because I could see the moment they are aware of how important is a health insurance, a term insurance product. At that time, they start to worry about it, and they really feel sad about it. So that is when I started creating awareness about health insurance and term insurance. Of course, many people are buying term insurance. My whole term insurance business in a month will be like, 2 to 5 people will be buying a term insurance product. Beyond that, it's not there. But I'm happy. At least these 2 to 5 people, 5 professionals in India or NRIs are trusting me to buy a term insurance product. So this is what I want to share about how hard it becomes for someone to buy a health insurance or a term insurance product, um, when they are waiting too long, and when they are starting to research for the product after a major or minor health setback. Sometimes, according to you, it might be a minor health setback, but according to the health insurance company, for example, there are 18 autoimmune diseases, it is very difficult for you to get. So that is why I love creating health insurance and term insurance awareness. And yeah, some people randomly they message me. If you want to message and do consulting with me, message me any time of the day, then we will speak during the mutually convenient time. So my number is in the description or in venkatfin.com. Having said that, there are lots of unethical practices going in this industry. One of these practices which I really do not like is a very famous health insurance company where I have health insurance. Okay, whenever there is a due, it is due for renewal, someone will call me. They will be calling from call center, and that is another health insurance company. But religiously, these calls I've seen in LinkedIn, it is going to every single customer of this particular health insurance company. Every single customer during the renewal, they will say, "Okay, why are you in that health insurance company? Why don't you port to our health insurance company?" and mostly these cars comes from Mumbai or Delhi region. And I feel very sad about it because you should not do porting based on pricing. You should port. Sometimes, yeah, budget issues are there, I agree. But sometimes the sense of porting itself to ensure that a client moves on to a health insurance company there where he has a better features. They found a better features for that. So that is the value which you should be getting when you are porting. But you should not port a product just because someone else is cold calling you and then telling you, okay, why are you in that company, and come to our company, and then you know I think this is not right. This is unethical practice, but it is happening. All our numbers are with every other health insurance company. Why this is happening? I will tell you very practical reason. This is a industry where which employs many people, many young men in 20s and 30s, men and women in 20s are employed here. They are not paid well. Most of them are not paid well. So there are chances that those employees, which any employee who have access to these phone numbers, maybe they are selling it to others. Other than that, what do you think might be the reason? How is it possible that whenever I am able to my renewal for a health insurance brand comes, other health insurance company, at least one of them religiously calls me every year, and this has happened to several other people. Because I was working in the IT sector, I still do some work related to IT. I do not like it. Like this, I can go on and say there are so many unethical practices happening in this industry, but we have to accept it. Okay, so that is what it is. Okay, so one more thing that I wanted to tell you at this point of time is health insurance has become expensive. It has become way too expensive that sometimes when someone calls me with uh, less than 30,000 monthly income, I tell them, see, it is expensive and the premium changes every year. I don't believe in the health insurance company telling that we will freeze the premium, because they will say we will not increase the premium by your age, but they will increase the premium by they will after 3 years they will increase the product premium itself. So this happens in this industry. So let's say someone is calling me and I ask them, maybe they just started their career, they're in their 20s, they will tell me my salary is less than 35,000. I tell them 2 3 times, every year at least 5 to 10% you can expect the premium to increase. And that is why I started this live streaming and all, because I thought, okay, it is very important to express what we wholeheartedly feel. Because I don't want it to behave like a typical business wherein you just create, issue the product and then and celebrate. Because it's a very very responsible job. When it comes to term insurance, one of the beautiful thing is that not many of them are they deserved or they are eligible for a 5 crore term insurance, and they are not getting. They are mostly people are settling down with 2 crore or 3 crore term insurance. But when you are, at least if you think that you want to virtually create that asset for your children in future, or if you are single, and obviously term insurance, but it will be very very inexpensive. My ideology is that, let's say someone is earning somewhere around 20 to 25 lakhs annual income. If they are in their 20s, 30s, and early 40s, surely they are eligible for 5 crore sum assured term plan. I'll be honest with you, I don't have a 5 crore term insurance. I don't earn much. Having said that, let's say someone is 29, 30, 32. This age group, when they are, if their annual income is more than 20 lakh, I will tell them you should at least consider this. I'm not telling go and buy this, but at least see the code, do some research, and see if you need it. Maybe you don't need it. or maybe take 2 3 weeks time. For example, I never have something called sales cycles. Someone calls me now, it could be from India or NRI. We have 1 hour session. It's a one-on-one session, and after 2 3 months they will decide. At that time they will say, oh, you need only 2 crore, so they are very very clear about it. Okay, and then sometimes some people I've issued term insurance for 15 crore or 10 crore. Most of these men and women in the IT sector, they are quite aware about at least the term insurance part. Most of them are buying on time when they are healthy. But what they are not thinking about is the health insurance. Probably because if I was still in the IT sector, I also would have kept my the corporate group health insurance with me. I would have felt okay. I have health insurance with me. So I can understand your perspective, but when I started speaking, getting into the insurance industry, and when I listen to stories, they will say, "I'm 32. I have two children, and I have a blood clot on my head." That is when I start to do some research, and one of this company offers a product. Even someone has a major health setback, they will be issuing. Okay, let us not speak about the company name here. Okay, um, and we tried, and he got it by 2 3 times. But I told him, see this product, because you have blood clot on your head, you completely that whatever happens on your head in your brain, that will be a permanent exclusion. You will never get claim. And secondly, you will be having sublimit copay in this product. I don't know whether he actually understood what he said, because he just spoke to me. Then he got the product. I referred this lady, and then he got the product. And I told him, keep it, just keep it. I still don't remember if he actually bought a health insurance for his wife at this point of time. You have discovered that you cannot buy a proper health insurance product. At least for your wife and 2 children, you should buy. Okay, this is another behavioral pattern I have seen. Let's say one family member cannot get a health insurance, they will be angry on the entire health insurance industry. See, what can we do? I can understand your pain. Um, Sometimes it happens like that. But for example, there was this father who had a child who's autistic. Okay, um, mentally some issues for these children. These children, there are several lakhs of these children, and only the government insurance is available for these children. At least as a kind of a non-profit charity, all these health insurance companies could offer some kind of cover for these children, but they are not doing. Only government is giving health insurance for this autistic children. Okay, as far as I know. Having said that, then after many days he called me, and then I told him, "Sir, did you buy a health insurance for yourself?" He said he had a BP. He said, "No, you said my child can't get, so I did not get." I told him, "Boss, you are doing business. Tomorrow something happens to you, are you going to bear that expenses?" And again, for BP, if you say, let's say, I never suggest these products with one day one cover rider and all, because I told him, you are young, so buy without any rider, but buy that. But let's say someone, you are calling me for the first time, we have a consulting session, and maybe you buy the product or you don't buy the product, but I've spoken to you for more than 1 hour, right? So and I feel for you. I can understand. I've never seen most of my clients, because they are from different parts of India. But the second time when he called, I took some rights, and I actually kind of scolded him, and I told him, no, this is not working. You are not at all understanding what you are supposed to do. You should understand that. Um, you should understand that something happens to you, then your children will be suffering, your wife will be suffering. So you have to buy a health insurance for yourself. And that I never followed up with him. I never honestly followed up with him, because I've understood one thing in the insurance industry. One, there will be a brother, there will be two brothers. One brother will buy the product, another brother will never buy. So this is same family, two different perception towards buying pattern or behavioral pattern on how they are approaching insurance products. One person will know that they have to buy, and another person will think, why should I buy? So I you know my I have a no spam policy in a way that once I will never cold call, but once I will message and request and see, at least when they are telling, okay, I will consider. And if they tell me, I don't think I'm going to consider, then I will leave. Sometimes I will even delete the number, because it's much better to delete numbers and move on when people are not interested. You cannot see everyone as business. Everyone has different mindset. So we have to agree with that, and we have to move on. Okay, so when it comes to health insurance and term insurance consulting, um, one of these client of mine had diabetes and BP. He was young, which is like he was only 30s. He was only in his 30s. Then I told him, okay, now we will buy a health insurance product for yourself. And after 2 months, try to reduce your diabetes. And after 2 months, let us try for a term plan. And then he was very kind. He did not get a pure term insurance. He agreed to buy the product I suggested, because when people have this kind of lifestyle diseases, I used to suggest this product. I was successful in issuing this product to few people, even when they have some minor lifestyle diseases. But this live stream is also for letting you know, sometimes it is not always possible to issue a term insurance product. This is not a product where you say, okay, we are going to get it. This is a product where you have complete client trust. I am trusting the client is trusting me, they are going through the process, and then eventually the underwriter takes the decision, right? So unfortunately, this client could not get a term plan. The reason from the life insurance company was that there was lots of diabetes even in the urine. So sugar content was there even in the urine. So um, they are they asked him to apply after 6 months. And one psychology I have seen again from people across India is that when they are asked to try after 6 months, they don't want to wait, or they will immediately try in the next month in the other life insurance company. Don't do that. At least give 2 3 months buffer and then try. Nothing, you are not going to run away from it. Nothing is going to happen when you try immediately. Maybe try to fix, if there is too much of diabetes, try to take some tablets, do some exercise, try to fix it, or change your food habits. Don't stress yourself, but do little you could do to help yourself. So this way, I believe, all these days I've done health insurance and term insurance consulting to few people. So every day I might be repeating the same story, because there is some value you offer to people when you go online and speak to people, or listen to them, understand their problem, etc. Having said that, um, guys in their 20s have guys and girls in their 20s, let's say they'll be working in a corporate environment, or they're NRI. They started using my consulting services a lot for buying health insurance for their parents. And we speak once and they come back. If they are completely healthy, there is nothing much to speak. It will be just, what sums to take, what is their annual income, is there any income source for their parents, and what is the sum assured they should consider. But if there is a health status, we try in one company, and then we tell, if it is not issued, we go for another one. Sometimes we will never be able to buy a health insurance for their parent if they had any major surgery. For cardiac surgery, we have products, but other issues, you will only eventually get a product which has sublimited copay. But there'll be minor lifestyle diseases like diabetes, BP, asthma, cholesterol. Those things are manageable these days. And why is health insurance premium keeping on increasing? Because it will increase, obviously. We have lots of venture capital backed hospitals these days. Let's say there is a hospital running uh, somewhere in tier 2 town. Yeah, venture capital firm approaches the doctor. He says, you are running one hospital. Why don't you run three such hospitals in this region? We will be funding you, 100 crore or 500 crore. They have big money to get invest in this doctor, trusting his ability to run two three hospitals, or probably hospitals run in metro cities are being acquired completely for thousand crores or 2,000 crores, or they are getting a share from the hospitals. So all these VC firms from the private equity firms from US, UK, Australia are coming to India because they know that in this country people are getting married, they are having lots of children. Obviously, they are going to have lots of health setback, and eventually we are going to have high um, very very expensive healthcare for ourselves. Sometimes when I go visit a small clinic near my home, I used to think, oh my god, is this for real? And am I really going to um pay only 150 rupees in the next 5 years? If I still get this kind of service in a tier 2 town like Coimbatore, after few years, I'll be very, very happy. But this is fast changing because the doctor, let's say, who's running a 10 bedded or 20 bedded hospital, they are happy with what they are doing. They are actually busy. But let's say some private equity firm or someone reaches out to them, they tell them, okay, we will give you so much money, you give us equity, and you can run two three hospitals or something like that. Of course, I don't think I'll be paying this 150 rupees fee the next 5 years. So this worries me. What also worries me is that I used to think, okay, we are issuing health insurance and term insurance. Mostly, I for health insurance refer to this guy called Kamesh who takes care of everything. And I used to worry. Let's say after 5 years, someone will call me and tell, "Oh, Venkat, why is this premium so high for me? Why it is so big?" And we only have to worry about it. We only cannot. I don't think we can fix much with this. Whatever is happening in the Indian health insurance or Indian insurance industry is same like how it is happening in the US. And the next 5 to 10 years, I could clearly see um, the health insurance and the term insurance premium will be so huge that you will be like feeling that burden in your life. So that is it. This is my first live streaming. People came and left. Probably there is nothing much to speak in the insurance industry. Yeah, even I don't know how whether I can do this consistently, but I really like to do it. Okay. So if you want to speak to me, message me any time of the day. Go to venkatfin.com and message me and clearly tell me where you are from and what is your requirement. Disclaimer: who I am not directly associated with any life insurance or health insurance company. Uh, so I cannot do claim support for people who have bought online to official websites or some online portal. Anyone who have got a product from me, we are going to give the lifetime support also. And I'm already doing that for the last 5 years. So message me any time of the day. We will take care. Thank you so much and good luck to you.